So I want to do this and with a few thoughts in mind. I'm thinking about Kush, right, and the Kushan dynasty that they were talking about. Because when I think about the Kushan dynasty, I think about the people of Kush from the Book of Genesis. Um, I don't think these are the same people that Lex Will broke down when he did the videos on Genesis and who these people were. I just found it interesting that the scientists were speaking of the Kushan dynasty coming out of a land northeast of China. Other sources explain that these people were kicked out of China. They weren't now allowed. They were no longer allowed in China, but they were no longer allowed in Europe. So that's why they had to settle between the two lands in Afghanistan, right? I'm like, so what did you do that was so bad that China said you can't come in here? And who was controlling Europe to where you couldn't go into Europe? You couldn't, change your identity and flood your way in there, or assume a different name, and nobody would think you're not European because you look at these people now and they could fit right in. You know, look at King Kanushka, redhead, freckle king, pale. What was he doing in this land northeast of China? What was he doing that was so bad he couldn't go to China or go into Europe? See what I'm saying? Like that's why my mind is drawn to him, still trying to get to the bottom of it. The fact that they had no spoken, no, sorry, they didn't say spoken. They had no written language, so they adopted the Greek language. So now they're translating all of their writings out of the Greek. You know, why didn't you have a language that was written or a writing style? That's what I should say, a writing style, right? That's the stuff that's bothering me. On top of that, this is a king that conquered the Buddhists. With the help of the Greeks, they conquered the Buddhists. They conquered parts of India, taking the Buddhist religion back to Afghanistan, rewriting, and then coming back with today's version of Buddhism, that Manahana Buddhism, the one that's all about, whites and so on and so forth. If you're dark and if you're black at all, you're at the bottom of their caste system. Then you have, and there's where the untouchables come in India. So, that's what I found interesting about this whole Kushan thing. And that's why I'm like, this character might come up later on. We might find out he was a major character. I guess that's why I don't want us to forget about King Kanushka and the Kushan people and his dynasty and what they did. There was there was something else. The videos I've been posting, these are videos I've brought up in conversations and I've brought up in the videos in the past. And I always say, oh, I'm going to put them in the description box. And I keep forgetting to. I might reference, the city of Paris is ISIS, right? But I'll do an awful time. I'll do an awful breakdown of how, it's ISIS, and so on and so forth. So I'm trying to go back and find this stuff because I'm finding that you guys know a lot of the links that connect everything. You guys already know how these connect. So you're clearing up in my mind, which also helps me understand what I'm looking at too. Because I know, just read the comments. You guys are not dumb. All right, you guys are able to put together things that, I mean, with my prejudice and my mindset, I couldn't figure it out. And you guys come in there and you're like, hey, dummy, this is what's really going on. And I need that. I like that because it's helping me grow. And so I'm not just sitting on this, European style, breakdown of what's going on. I'm getting it from you who's actually went through and looked at this stuff too, and you can link it together. So just know that when I'm posting, I'm not agreeing 100% with them. I have my own thoughts and my own ideas on it. I'm just showing you where I was getting this from to begin with. All right, so I just wanted to give that real quick take.